Yeah. Do you see
If
that?
talk,
Do you see? I guess you see that, right? I
Watch
guess you.
stream. Yeah, let me see. It's loading for me. Yeah, there you go. Just look at that. Fourth
Yeah.
place, and then first place, first
First.
place,
Oh my god.
first
Oh
place,
my god.
first place. And,
Yeah.
and Alpha 7, yeah, with Alpha 7, and then look at Loops. First place, second. This guy is an absolute monster. Definitely the scariest player coming out from the West.
Oh.
Like, and yeah, you could go look, you could look more in detail, like,
Carrilho.
every single tournament. But yeah, like it's absolutely insane. This guy is his record, like his history. Like he's like one of the most insane players. So yeah, Alpha 7. The team itself, of course, has accomplished a lot. It's not all about Carrillo. And when I was when I was casting,
Mhm.
PMGC West, and we watched a lot of Alpha 7, his teammates could keep up with him too. He actually,
Oh.
for the league portion of the game, wasn't the one with the most kills on his team. It was actually another member. So it's not just him carrying the team. Like you would think it with how big his accomplishments are, it's usually him at the top, but actually his team has synergized really well where each player can step up when needed to. But of course,
Wow.
Carrillo's that, he's that trump card, like if he's still up alive, you got to be, extra careful. S2G, they're kind of just like right in the middle of like aggressive and defensive. And then they're right in the middle of like, playing on the edge or they're playing in the center. They just have a very broad mix of all of that. And so like they didn't stand out too much while we were watching them play and as we were casting. But then we
Mhm.
would see how consistent they were and how many points they would just end up with over like the course of like 6+ games, 12 games. And it's like, wow, this team is just like, they're just always there and they're always just doing well, but they're
Yeah.
not doing something in specific. They're not always like, every time camera's on them, oh, they're coming in from the edge. Or every time the camera's on them, oh, they're rotating towards the center with really good rotations. It's always like a really interesting mix of everything. So it's like we almost couldn't really notice too much about them. But I think that's what makes S2G like, a really good team. They're very versatile in all sorts of different strategies. And I'm looking at the points real quick. So in the league play, over the course of 3 weeks, they finished in fourth place. And then in the finals, over the course of 18 games, they finished in fifth place. Now, that might not sound too impressive, but if you notice other teams in the top 5 from league and the top 5 from finals, it's very inconsistent. There's
yeah,
not many top teams that
Yeah.
have been consistent from the league play into the finals. So when you see a team in fourth and then fifth, that's actually a sign that that is a very, very strong team and a team that you should definitely watch out for.
You know.
So we got, GodLike coming in, just thrown
okay.
into, yeah, just like thrown
Ah.
into the pits pretty much. But I have watched GodLike play a lot. I feel like they're a very strong fighting team, very good at gunfights. I love the way they play. The way they take and approach fights, which I think will be the biggest edge. Like as compared to like maybe a team that's more rotation focused, out of India. Like if you're really good at rotations, it might
Mm.
be really good in the India scene, like against the Indian teams. But in my opinion, if you're a really strong fighting team coming out of India,
Yeah,
that can translate more easily onto like the global stage because
Yeah.
learning how to take fights correctly and everything
right.
is kind of like a universal skill that will carry over.
Yes.
So